Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So today's video is all about the next 2 weeks, the energetic astrological forecast breakdown, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be looking into the next 2 weeks from the energy that was produced from this new moon in Pisces on March 13th, just yesterday actually. And as well as after that astrological breakdown, there will be a pick a card reading for a more personalized message, as well as I'm even going to be throwing in some brief messages for all 12 of the zodiac signs. So make sure to check your sun, moon, rising Venus, and north node sign to get a really nice comprehensive overview of your next 2 weeks. Okay, so I do not have social media besides this YouTube channel. That I also am not offering personal readings at this time, you guys. I have not done personal readings in going on 2 years now, and I'm not going to be picking them up anytime soon, probably not even this year, because I'm working on a few other projects like my Patreon and something else that's pretty big as well. So please beware of people posing in the comments as me and my channel. You guys, please check the description box and the intro where I address things like this, because I've seen a couple of people respond back to these scammers thinking that it's me speaking to them, and I address these things in the intro and in the description, and I'm just trying to keep you guys safe from getting scammed, because once you guys give these people your money, there's honestly nothing I can do. I think I mentioned... Yeah, I did. I mentioned everything, you guys. Okay, so yeah, let's just jump straight into this video. Yeah, so let's just talk about exactly what a new moon, first of all, or what a new moon is, first of all. So just very briefly, a new moon is when the sun and the moon are sitting in conjunction with each other, okay? And conjunction just means that these two celestial bodies are sitting particularly close, usually within like 8 degrees or so of each other. When you have a conjunction, these two celestial bodies, it's like they are feeding into and feeding off of each other. So they're really mixing in their energies. It's sort of like when you are cooking and you're mixing in ingredients, and they create this other meal, right? Let me also say, in these videos, I don't go into depth with every little thing that I'm saying, because I do not have the time. We'd be here all day. So, you know, just when it comes to astrology and tarot in general, there's always a deeper depth that we could dive into that I don't have the time to in these videos. That's what this Patreon account is going to be all for. I'm going to try to explain everything as much as possible for the people that are new to astrology and stuff, but I'm also going to try to keep it short and sweet. That the way I don't have to sit through and edit a fucking 4-hour video, right? So let's talk about what Pisces energy is. So Pisces is a mutable water sign, and it is usually represented with this symbol. And I'm also going to have little prompts on the screen like I always do, and in every single one of my astrological videos, always have little prompts on the screen. Pisces is ruled by it's co-ruled by 2 planets. It's ruled by Jupiter, and it is ruled by Neptune. Now, Jupiter is the planet of the guru. It's it is the biggest planet. Is it the biggest planet? I think it is. I think it's the biggest planet in our solar system, right? So Jupiter just has this great, big, expansive energy. And what he does is, I've always described Jupiter as having this energy that's like a magnifying glass, where he amplifies things, he blows them up, he expands them, right? And so that's why he can represent abundance. That's also why he represents faith. That's why he represents deeper meaning. So he's all about finding a deeper meaning and finding a purpose, a divine purpose in everything it is that he does. So he never does things just to do them. Jupiter always has a meaning for why he gets involved into anything, because he sees himself as very regal. He sees himself as very majestic. So he almost sees himself as royalty, and royalty doesn't do anything just for the hell of it. There's always a reason. There's always a purpose. There's always a deeper meaning, right? So you can also see Jupiter as divine masculine energy. Now, when it comes to astrology, everyone sees the planets in their own way. Now, over here in Western tropical astrology, Jupiter is seen as more masculine, but if you see Jupiter as feminine, that's fine too. Whatever, however it is that you see astrology. I don't need astrological police in the comments talking about that's not what this is, it's not what that is. You are allowed to see astrology as you perceive it, because it is such an intuitive art form, okay? So you know how you have Mother, Maiden, and Crone, and I do describe it on my channel all the time as like Mother, Maiden, and Crone, and the divine feminine can be expressed through the planets. So you can see Mother, Maiden, and Crone as the moon is a mother, maybe Venus is a maiden, and the Crone as, or Neptune and Venus as the maiden, and the Crone is like Pluto, something like that. With the divine masculine, he can also be expressed in the planets and as different stages of the divine masculine. So you can can see Mars as the more so very proactive, very ambitious, youthful, the youthful version of the divine masculine, where he's just going, he's very dominant, very aggressive, very youthful, very proactive. And then you can see Jupiter is more so of like this. He's very wise. He's extremely wise. He rules wisdom, and he has learned after all that Mars energy how to kind of settle down, how to kind of relax, how to only get involved if he needs to. He doesn't get involved in every little thing. He's very wise about how to invest and spend his energy. So this is the divine masculine in his most authoritative form. He knows when to make sacrifices. He knows when to speak. He knows when to listen. He knows when things are appropriate when we are dealing with Jupiter. Okay, so this is he's like I said, he's calm and relaxed because he has reached the pinnacle of this divine masculine energy, yang energy. And Pisces is also ruled by Neptune, and Neptune we can see as the divine feminine in her most fluid form. She's very intoxicating, and Neptune also rules escapism because what she helps to do is remove us from one perspective and introduce us into another perspective, a different form, a different viewpoint, a different way of seeing things. So she takes us out of our one sort of like dogma, kind of one track mind sort of perspective, and she makes us realize there's so much more beyond just this one track mind, this one perspective. So because of this, she can be highly dizzying, highly intoxicating. In Neptune energy, she really knows how to convolute the mind so that the way it's like she disarranges things. She takes things out of their constructs, out of their structure. That the way it's like you can see beyond what it was that you're used to. That's why it is so extremely important to be grounded when you're dealing with Piscean energy, because of that Neptunian influence, where it really removes you from your own reality, from your own perspective. And this can really destabilize us energetically. It can really throw off our chakras. It can throw off a lot of how we function, because it's not about functioning the same way. It's not about going with those same patterns. It's actually about releasing those cycles, releasing those habitual patterns. And so it's really important to be grounded in something when dealing with Neptune and Piscean energy, because if not, it can really like I said, it can really destabilize you, and that's not a pretty thing. It's important, like I said, to surrender to that and to allow these changes to occur. And a part of that does mean destabilization, because that's what change is. The essence of change is chaos. Neptune also has very sacrificial energy. That's why Pisces is a very Pisces is all about sacrifice. It's all about surrender in a certain sense, and especially being that Pisces rules the 12th house, because it is the final sign in the zodiac. So some people say that Pisces encompasses all of the other signs, all the other 11 signs of the zodiac. And Pisces also rules the 12th house, and this is the house of the unconscious, the unknown, and the hidden. This is also the house of purification. This is where energy goes to be recycled, because there is nothing about energy that is ever killed or created. Everything that exists has always existed, and new energy is never created. New energy is never born. It's only just recycled. Energy never dies. It's just recycled. So Pisces is all about surrendering to natural evolution, to changes, to endings, to beginnings, to transformation. But a really big part of working properly with Pisces energy is to do nothing. That is what happens when we evolve. We go into a state of surrender, and that's very, very important, because evolution does not need our help. All it needs us to do is sit back and allow these transformations to naturally occur. And this is what Pisces helps us to learn. So you may have experienced in the last 2 weeks, or in the next 2 coming weeks, a few endings in your life. And this doesn't have to be like huge endings, like, like a breakup or anything like that, or a divorce. It could be something like that. But it could just be something like cutting out meats and going completely vegan or something like that, or vegetarian. There could be, this is a really great energy to work with when it comes to introducing new habits, new cycles, and new patterns into your life. Like I said, you want to take that old energy and recycle it. You don't necessarily want to focus on just killing it, Ten of Swordsing it, unless you actually can do that. But sometimes going cold turkey and just cutting something off, it has the opposite effect, where it's almost like we resort back to that. And you want to be careful of doing that if you can't handle it, but finding another way to actually substitute that emptiness, because emptiness is never actually just still. It's never actually emptiness. Emptiness is actually kind of a like violent vortex. And what it is, it's like this vacuum that is sort of consuming things. And so you want to be able to fill up that emptiness. You want to be able to fill up that space with something else, a new habit, a new cycle, a new routine, a new something. First thing, let's talk about Sun conjunct Moon and Neptune conjunct Venus for this new moon that happened in Pisces just yesterday. Now, we really have to talk about this because Venus is exalted in the sign of Pisces, meaning that Venus is even more Venus in the sign of Pisces. So the planets, they have certain signs that they are exalted in, certain energies that they are exalted in. They also have certain energies that they are in detriment or in fall in, meaning that they work in a different way. It's not a bad or negative thing. It just means that they work differently, and you have to sort of deal with them accordingly depending on the energies that they are interacting with and aspecting. So when it comes to Venus being exalted in Pisces, this means that Venus is even more so amplified in the sign of Pisces, and it's a little bit easier to sort of notice her. She's a lot more palpable. She'll be a lot more potent in the sign of Pisces, in this Piscean energy. So Venus being exalted in the sign of Pisces is really setting the stage for us to go with the flow and to be able to believe in ourselves when it comes to recycling these old chapters, recycling these old habits, and transforming, because that's what mutable energy is all about. Pisces is mutable energy. When we're dealing with mutable energy, what does that mean? Every time before the seasons change, we have a mutable sign. And this is because mutable energy introduces us to the next chapter. It helps to recycle energy and move us into the next chapter. So Pisces is the end of winter, right? And what she does is she moves us into Aries, which is the start of spring. So she helps moves us into this cardinal energy where it's like, okay, I'm surrendering right now in this Pisces mutable energy, and then I'm going to be recycled or evolved or transformed into this more cardinal Aries energy where I'm ready to assert myself. Like I said, Sun conjunct Moon, Neptune conjunct Venus, all in the sign of Pisces. So with this buildup of Piscean energy, it's really easy to morph into a version of yourself that you haven't necessarily seen before. So any sort of goals or projects, dreams, any sort of future plans that you've had that have seemed so far off your north node, any sort of destiny or fate, anything it is that you have imagined your life to be, or you've been chasing after this, you've been reaching for something, it won't feel so far off during Pisces season. That's how it can manifest for very many of us. So those goals, projects, and dreams, they won't feel so daunting and so out of reach when we're in this Piscean energy if you are using it the correct way, if you're using this Pisces energy the correct way. And before you even say, I know plenty of Pisces, or I'm a Pisces and I'm nothing like this, first of all, like I always say on my channel, you are not a Pisces. I know your sun sign, your sun might be in the energy of Pisces, might be in the sign of Pisces. You might have other planets and other placements in the sign of Pisces or aspecting it, but you are a very specific Pisces because you have all these other placements and all these other energies. So these goals in the future may not feel so out of reach, if you are using this Piscean energy in a way that works for you, because we won't be so grounded within our own reality and world. So this can really help sort of remove you from your own reality for those of you that really struggle with having faith, with really believing in yourself or believing in anything else, believing in other people. This is really good energy to work with in order to sort of stabilize your faith, in order to place a foundation under it and to build off of that, because what Piscean energy is going to help you do, like I've been saying, is remove you from your own reality. That way you're not so stuck in like this pessimistic sort of outlook on life, or this pessimistic sort of outlook on whatever it is that you want to achieve in your own life. And too much grounded energy as well can be, it can really sink you. It can really anchor you. And it can turn into an 8 of Swords moment, a 2 of Swords moment, a 4 of Pentacles sort of a moment, the Emperor sort of moment. And when things like this happen, you have to go through a hangman process or a Tower moment in order to release these really rigid patterns and cycles. So Piscean energy really helps to loose the perimeters around our normal, what makes up our normal, okay? Now let's move on here to Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury in Aquarius, right? Or am I tripping? Saturn, Jupiter, and I'm not tripping. So yeah, so we have Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury in the sign of Aquarius. And now these 3 planets in the sign of Aquarius, you know how you can build up a pain tolerance? These 3 planets in the sign of Aquarius is like building up a tolerance to challenging situations, scenarios, and people. It's building up a tolerance to challenges. and a tolerance to fear of those challenges, so that the way those challenges don't shake us up so much. Now, while it doesn't make these challenges any easier, what it does do is it helps to sort of alleviate that shock. The shock isn't necessarily there anymore, and it's usually that shock that we have to sort of acclimate to. And so that initial shock is sort of gone because, again, Pisces removes us from our own perspective, so we're able to see a lot more, and things don't necessarily shock us as much because we can already see it, we can already sense it somehow. And Pisces really deals with sensing. That's why it's represented as the fish. I used to always describe Pisces as like I used to always describe all the water signs as like the ocean. So you can see Scorpio as the very bottom, the very pits of the ocean. You can see Cancer as the actual water, the actual capacity of the ocean, and you can see Pisces as the ecosystem, the life, the fish, and everything that's happening in the ocean. You can see as Pisces energy. The life that is in the ocean is Piscean energy, and the way that they can telepathically communicate and sense each other is what Pisces energy really represents. And that's a really good way to sort of look at it. Okay, so like I was saying, while it doesn't necessarily make these challenges any easier, that initial shock is gone, and so we're just dealing with what, you know, everything that's left. We're a lot more prepared. We're a lot more calm in a sense, where we can just sort of deal with things from a more neutral, cool-headed perspective versus being shocked and, oh my God, I have to deal with that shock. I got to let that process. I got to let that set in. You know, Pisces is constantly processing. So there's not too much that we are shocked about having to process, basically. So, and with these 3 planets in the sign of Aquarius, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury, this is almost like a lot of us looking for solutions and clarity in the midst of trouble and confusion, instead of allowing that trouble to do what it came to do. And what that trouble is it is a divine tool of disruption to shake loose anything that is rigidly stubborn and no longer serving you. And it's something about the things that don't serve us that are the hardest things to break. They're the hardest things to detach from, to separate from, to move away from, to distance ourselves from, because we got so used to it, you know. But and so even when these things that we've gotten used to, these cycles and patterns that we've gotten used to, are no longer serving us, maybe they're actually even working against us, it can be really difficult to let that go because of how foreign it feels to be without it, you know. And so it's like Pisces energy really challenges our bedrock. It really challenges our fundamentals. And it says, in order for you to change, you have to fundamentally evolve. Everything from the inside out has got to evolve in order for you to be able to transform and change. And so this is why it requires surrender for these things to be sort of taken out of our lives or to be transformed. And so this chart for this new moon in Pisces, the energy that it's producing over the next couple of weeks is helping us to focus on the things that we can change, the things that we do have influence and impact and power over. And Piscean energy can help you sort of move your gaze away from all the things. It's like, I can't believe this happened, I can't believe that happened. Those are things that we can't change, especially when it comes to the past. And these are the things that usually make us go a little cuckoo, a little crazy. It really destabilizes us because we're so focused on something that we have no power over. And that is how you steal your own power, by focusing on things that are no longer serving you, things that have already happened, things that you cannot change. That will single-handedly drive you crazy. Take it from me, I had to learn the damn hard way. I'm hard-headed as hell. I'm a Taurus Sun, Leo Moon, Cap Rising. I am hard-headed as all hell. Life Path 7. So I really have to when I get used to a certain routine or something, especially being a Life Path 7, it can make me feel like I kind of know everything about how life works. I kind of know how to do this and how to do that, or at least, this works for me, so I'm not switching it up. And when I get into those really rigid states, I notice that I always bring on my own tower moments because it's like the universe is like, you're too damn stubborn. Like, if you don't change, you're not going to get nothing that you're asking for. So that's what Pisces is really helping us to do, to get back in touch, to reconnect with our power. And so a big congratulations are in order for so much of the collective, especially those of you guys that have really been doing the work and working to evolve yourself, working towards your North Node, which is not easy. I swear to God, working towards your North Node is the hardest thing that a living, breathing being has to endure in their incarnation. It is damn near, it's so difficult. It's no joke. But yeah, you know, for those of you that are really working towards that anyways, despite how challenging it is, there's nothing but rewards for you, because there's nothing but challenges, you know? So, and the universe is ma'at. It is equal. It is always going to give what it takes. So many of you guys are getting stronger, faster, wiser. You know, you're transcending, you're enlightening yourself. You are coming into your own Christ consciousness. And that's a really big thing that we deal with when we deal with Piscean energy, because, you know, we just moved out of the age of Pisces. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, and nobody knows exactly when that happened, because these ages last for a little over 2,000 years. So it's really difficult to pinpoint exactly when we're moving from one age to the next. Who is the most famous person from the last 2,000 years? That is Jesus. So just about everybody on planet Earth has heard the name Jesus, right? And you know, he came at the start practically of the Piscean age. And like I said, Pisces energy is very sacrificial. And what did Jesus come to do? He came to sacrifice himself because he loved he loved humanity. He loved mankind so much that he was willing to sacrifice his own life to be that beacon of light for the world, for the collective, to be able to look towards, and not in a way where we're looking towards Jesus Christ as our savior, but looking within ourselves to transform, to change from the inside out fundamentally, so that the way we can reach our own Christ consciousness. That's what he came here to teach us. That's what Piscean energy and the Piscean age came to teach us. Now that we're moving into the age of Aquarius, it is less about sacrificing the way that our ancestors had to, the way that our grandparents had to, the way that our parents may have had to. And now, more so in this generation, even if you are, you know, older within this generation, this generation that we're moving into, this age that we're moving into, is less about sacrifice and more about service to yourself. That the way you can service humanity. And I cover a lot of this when it comes to Aquarius. Aquarius energy just, it blows my mind. All the zodiac signs do. But Aquarius energy is very special to me, the way that it's connected to Leo. So me being a Leo moon, I love Aquarius energy. But you know, it's connected to Leo. So Aquarius knows how to be the center of attention while serving the collective. And Aquarius understands that in order for me to serve the collective, I have to serve myself. I have to serve my purpose. Like I said, a big congratulations are in order, because you are learning how to adapt with these challenges and changes. And so it's making you tougher, it's making you stronger, it's making you wiser. And this does not mean that it's making you less gentle. It doesn't mean that you are losing your humanity. It doesn't mean that it is dehumanizing you, that is making you less empathetic and less sympathetic, but it is strengthening you in the places that were once fragile or compromised. And that is what Pluto in the sign of Capricorn has been doing. Pluto's job while in the sign of Capricorn is all about exposing the fragility. It's all about exposing those cracks. It's all about exposing the places where we've been compromised. Pluto in the sign of Capricorn has been assigned the job of demolishing and finally putting an end to what cannot survive the future. What cannot survive our future? What cannot survive our evolution? That is why evolving is so purifying. So Pluto is going to come in and it's going to dissolve. It's going to purge what is too fragile to survive the next chapter. And while it's in Capricorn, it is destroying while simultaneously rebuilding, reconstructing, and strengthening the new tools and skills that we will need or end up using in this next chapter in our future, or as this newly evolved version of the self. So just a little warning, if you're wearing headphones, to watch out, because I'm going to be tapping the sound bowl here just to sort of cleanse the space before I get started on these 12 zodiac readings. So give me a second. Let's get started with because it's Pisces season, let's just start with Pisces. So Pisces, what do you need to know over the next 2 weeks? What do you need to know over the next 2 weeks? Let's see. Pisces, you have the King of Pentacles, okay, and he did come out in reverse, but there's no reversals with these cards. It's just the vice versa tarot deck. So Pisces, you have the King of Pentacles, as well as, let's see, let's get one more card. But basically with this King of Pentacles, I'm definitely feeling like you guys, yep, exactly, need to stand your ground. It's either you that needs to stand your ground, or it's someone that you're dealing with. This Two of Swords did come out in reverse. So, yeah, Pisces, over the next couple of weeks, you really need to stand your ground. You may be dealing with someone who is equally as stubborn as you, or you may be dealing with someone who's actually a bit more stubborn than you. Either you are dealing with someone that's more stubborn than you, or you're more stubborn than them. But you definitely do need to hold your ground. And there will be a point in time where you guys can sort of come together, and you won't have to be so stuck. You won't have to be so committed to the way that you see things, or committed to your opinion, or committed to how you feel. But over the next couple of weeks, there will be a few challenges here where people are trying to get you to accommodate them in some way, shape, or form. So the definite, yeah, and then we have the Magician here underneath the deck. So the definite thing that I would say to you, Pisces, is to hold your ground, be active in what it is, to own your decision, own your choice, own your decision. There we go. That's going to be really important for my Pisces over the next couple of weeks. Definitely to own your choice, own your decision, because if you have somebody coming in trying to challenge that, that may make you feel a little bit off, a little bit weird. So make sure that you're not getting thrown off by trying to accommodate someone else, even though you might not agree with how they're doing things. So this is really important for you to stand your ground. If someone else is standing, or if you're dealing with someone else that's standing their ground, make sure that you don't try to accommodate them by you changing your mind. So whatever this is, own your decision, stick with it. Don't see yourself as rigid. Don't see yourself as problematic just because you're not giving in. It's going to be really important over the next couple of weeks not to give in. And you're going to know if this applies to you, if this sort of situation comes up over the next couple of weeks. Let's move on here to Aries. Aries, what does Aries need to know over the next couple of weeks? We have here the Two of Cups, sort of slid out in reverse, but there's no reversals with these. So Aries, you've got the Two of Cups, as well as, let's see what else. And then you've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is, it's funny, I got the message with Pisces to hold your ground. With you, Aries, this is more so about bending a little bit, being a little bit more flexible. It's going to be really important for you. Yeah, then we have the Eight of Wands underneath the deck here. It's going to be a little bit more important for you to bend a little bit, be a bit more flexible. That's how you're going to get things to really move, because if not, then over the next 2 weeks, you could feel sort of stagnant or stuck in one spot with someone else, especially if this comes to work or something like that, when this comes to some sort of idea. Or somebody may approach, what I'm feeling like too, is somebody may approach you within your family. For some reason, this could be somebody that you are in a committed relationship with, but somebody may approach you with some sort of idea that maybe you haven't thought of yet, or that you may think is a little far-fetched, that you might not think is the best idea right now. Don't go too hard on trying to shut down this idea. Don't go too hard at trying to convince them otherwise to look in a different direction, because what I'm seeing is later on, maybe within the next few weeks or the next few days or the next few months, you almost sort of coming around to seeing things their way and actually being in agreement with them. So be very careful about somebody coming to you over the next couple of weeks with what seems to you like a far-fetched or an unnecessary plan or idea, and be careful about getting into some sort of a debate or conflict or argument with that. Stay away from the drama that can arise because of that, because like I'm saying very strongly, I'm just feeling very many of my Aries actually ending up being like, you know what, that's actually a good idea, let's try it out. And then, you know, if you do end up coming to that conclusion, but over the next couple of weeks you get into an argument with someone over this, it would sort of be unnecessary, you know? So avoid unnecessary drama, okay? Especially when it comes to opinions that you don't share. Let's move on here to Taurus. Very first one that came out, Four of Pentacles. There's so many messages about being stubborn, just like the astrological chart that we went over. This, okay, Four of Pentacles and the Devil came right out for Taurus. This is in reverse. There's no reversals with this deck, though. It's only vice, or, you know, it's either this side, the front side, or the back side. And so we have the front side of the Devil card here, and then we have the front side of the Four of Pentacles. So Taurus, very simply, you are trapped within your own loop, within your own cycle. And this all has to do with you. This all has to do with your power. You are the one with the power to release yourself from some sort of cycle that you feel trapped in. And for whatever reason, but you know what? I want to change up my words. I don't want to downplay how you keep getting caught in this. I don't want to make this sound like, I know these are brief messages, but I don't want to make this sound as though all you got to do is stop doing it. This is something that you guys are really, really, really struggling with. And I'm a Taurus sun myself. So this is something that you guys are really, really struggling with. This is a very big demon that you've been fighting for quite a long time. And many times you get stuck in the same, doing the same thing. When the same sort of issue or conversation arises, you get stuck going and doing the same pattern, doing the same cycle, bringing up the same conversation, bringing up the same sort of argument, bringing up the same sort of situation, something like that. And this is more than likely a past situation for some of you. Underneath the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Things are moving quite slowly because you keep getting stuck within this pattern, Taurus. And what these three cards are saying to you over the next couple of weeks is to focus on breaking it, because this Devil card right here is coming up as a trigger, something that's going to keep triggering you over the next couple of weeks until you do differently. So it's going to be very important that when these same sort of issues arise, that you do differently over the next couple of weeks for you to actually get a grip over this demon that you may be battling, this same sort of issue that you may be battling, Taurus. Okay, let's move on here to... God, I want to spend so much more time on these messages. It's crazy. It's so difficult just like running through these, doing a brief message and keeping it moving. Let's do Gemini next. Gemini. But I did want to do brief messages because I haven't done the Zodiac signs in a while. But I'm picking them back up in April for you guys. Okay, so let's see. Gemini. Gemini, we've got the Hanged Man, and it came out it came out on the reverse side. You've got the Hanged Man, and what else, Gemini? Gemini, you may feel judged over the next couple of weeks. Ooh, the Three of Pentacles came out in reverse. There's no reversals here. It's just either the front side or the back side. You also have the Queen of Pentacles that came out on the back side, and then you have the Hierophant came out on the back side. Gemini, you guys, you may be dealing with an earth sign with all these pentacle cards right here. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. One second, let me turn off my AC. All right, Gemini, some of you guys may be dealing with an earth sign. That would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But very clearly here, what I'm seeing is some of you guys feeling a little bit judged, feeling like all eyes are on you over the next couple of weeks, and not in the most comfortable way. It's going to be something that is uncomfortable for many of my Geminis over the next couple of weeks. I just see judgment here. And all of these cards for you came out on the reverse side, on the back side. Let's see, underneath the deck, we've got the Eight of Wands. So, Gemini, it's very important for you to be confident in what you're feeling, to be confident in what you're doing, and to not be swayed by the eyes that are on you, by the opinions that are at your doorstep. Do not be swayed by it, because whatever it is, Gemini, that you feel is important for you to do, that you feel is right for you to do, it's really important for you to listen to that with this Hierophant card right here and this Queen of Pentacles. This is saying very clearly that they want you to stand within your own right. They want you to exercise your right to your free will to make your own decisions. That's something that's very, very, very important. Do not be influenced by the people around you, or the people that you feel like are judging you, or the people whose eyes that you feel are on you over the next couple of weeks, because there's something very divine that is happening for you, Gemini, over the next couple of weeks. And it's going to be very important for you to go with the flow, to go with your intuition, despite other people's advice, despite other people's guidance. With this Three of Pentacles right here, this Three of Pentacles is coming through as the people around you, other people's guidance, when in reality you're being guided by your higher self. You're being guided by this higher power with this Hierophant card right here. You're being guided by something that is so much more divine than just people's opinion. So it's going to be very important for you to be comfortable with that, to get comfortable with your intuition over the next couple of weeks and do what you feel is right to do. And this is how you're going to really get the ball rolling for you when it come Aries season. Aries season is going to be, it feels like a big season for my Geminis. Let's move on here to Cancer. Cancer, we have here the Emperor. I feel like Cancer, then we also have the Ace of Swords, Three of Swords, yeah, and then we have here the King of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, Cancer, I feel like some of you guys have started, I feel like a lot of my Cancers have started some sort of a new cycle. It's like you are, it's like you have evolved recently. Some of my Cancers have been through something extremely intense recently with this Ace of Swords and this Three of Swords right here. This Ace of Swords came in and introduced to you some sort of a pain or a trauma maybe that you haven't dealt with, or it introduced you to a very intense challenge, an emotional challenge that's very connected to your mental state of mind. And what I'm seeing here is you guys realizing that like this has a lot of impact and control over my life. I'm sick of it. I'm ready to take back control over my own life, over my own mental state. And I see you guys having made this huge transformation recently. The thing is that you're very new in this transformation, and it's going to be very important for you. Yeah, we've got the Empress underneath the deck for you. It's going to be very important for you to get used to being this new person and to get used to making sure that all these habits that you're trying to introduce to your life, that you stay committed to them. It's very important to be committed. We have the Emperor and the Empress right here. There's another thing here too as well for my Cancers. I don't know why, but this is coming up. To be careful of any sort of exes creeping back in, texting you, trying to say what's up, anything like that. Try to stay away from that, Cancer. I don't know why, but that's just coming up. The Emperor and the Empress. That may only be for a few Cancers here, but be very careful, especially if this person in the past, they came through as a very good person, somebody with a good head on their shoulders with this Ace of Swords, and they ended up being the complete opposite of who you thought they were. Be very careful if there's a person from your past that is like that, very wishy-washy, Dr. Jekyll, Dr. Hyde, and they come back in over the next couple of weeks trying to say that they've changed again. You may be tested with resorting back to the past. It's going to be important for you to stay committed to this new you, to this new chapter, to keep practicing these new habits. And it may not be a relationship. You guys could have just recently cut sugar out of your diet, and then a friend hits you up and says, hey, let's go out for drinks or something. It could be something as simple as that, or as serious as, anything else. Fill in the blanks for your own life. It's going to manifest differently for everyone, but be very careful about any sort of old habits coming back, trying to tempt you or test you, and falling back into that. The Emperor here is saying stay committed, stay focused on the future, keep moving in the direction that is opposite of the pain, that is opposite of the past, Cancer. Okay, let's move on here to Leo. Let's see, Leo. We've got the Ten of Swords. And you know what, Leo? I love the Ten of Swords in this deck because look, doesn't it look like, it looks like he's just done. He's dead, right? That you can't get out of that. And then look at the reverse side of it. He's not even in his suit. Somehow in the nick of time, he got out of harm's way. Leo, expect a miracle possibly over the next couple of weeks. Some of my, then we also have here the Queen of Wands. Let me get one more. Leo, you could be dealing with another fire sign, another Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay, then we also have here the Seven of Cups and the Hangman, which came out in reverse. Okay, so Leo, what I'm seeing here, and then we have here the Seven of Wands. There may be a little bit of conflict over decision or something that you're making. You may be even going through your own internal conflict or dialogue right now. But what I'm actually seeing with this Queen of Wands is going to have a very big effect over you over the next couple of weeks. You guys see here with the Seven of Cups how overwhelmed he looks, because that's the side that you guys pulled. And this is the case. These options to you, Leo, over the next couple of weeks that present themselves to you, it's going to seem, it may shake you up a bit. It may make you very overwhelmed. It may make you very anxious, very paranoid, very afraid of picking one option. This is all about commitment for you, Leo. And as you can see here, it's a very divine thing that's coming through for you, is all these other options. But you are seeing, you're seeing this divinity, like I was talking about in the general reading. You're seeing this challenge as something that is coming to cause trouble. You're seeing this challenge as problematic, when in reality, it's actually divinity for you, Leo. It's a very divine thing for you. And that's what I'm seeing with this Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands is sort of coming in possibly as temptation, something that gets you to sort of expand your mind and expand your options, where you're like, you know what? I don't have to be so afraid or threatened or intimidated by all these other options. Maybe this is actually a good thing for me. So I'm seeing something sort of come in at the nick of time. This is divine timing for you, happening over the next couple of weeks, Leo. Something happening in the 11th hour that sort of saves you, Leo. It saves you, but it's going to be very uncomfortable for you. Getting out of this suit right here, of course it was uncomfortable for him. Look, it's 10 swords in it. Of course it was uncomfortable. It probably hurt. And then look, we have an eclipsed sun right here. So this for sure is saying that what looks like it's bad is actually a very good thing. But as well as too with your relationships, Leo, be very careful with that over the next couple of weeks, because it's like it's somebody that's right next to Leo that's holding you back. I don't know what that means. Take it as it resonates, but I feel like there's just somebody right beside you, Leo, that is holding you back, and you are really scared of disappointing them or hurting them. You've got a decision, I feel like, to make over the next couple of weeks, that it's either you or it's them. Either you're going to prioritize somebody else over your needs and wants, or you need to prioritize yourself. And you prioritizing yourself may make you feel a little bit selfish, but it may be necessary. Let's move on here to Virgo. I want to dive in. This card kind of wanted to come out for Virgos. We got the Two of Swords. I want to dive in so much more to these. Okay, I'm going to keep shuffling because that was kind of a lot. What do we have here? We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse, Ten of Wands, Knight of Wands in reverse, the Tower in reverse. Virgo, what the hell is going on? I want to keep shuffling though, because I don't... Let me see if these were your cards though. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, they're your cards. Okay, so this was in reverse, but we've got here the Knight of Wands. Seven of Swords was in reverse. And we've got the Tower here that was also in reverse. But this deck doesn't do reversals, Virgo. Okay, so basically what I'm saying, Virgo, you've got an option here. Either you can take the easy way out with the Seven of Swords. You can take sort of like a cowardice sort of way out, the easy way out, a way out where it's like it's going to haunt you in the future with this Tower card right here. Or you can do what it is that you need to do with this Knight of Wands and this Ten of Wands. You can power through it. You can do things the right way, but it's going to take a lot more effort and energy on your part. So you've got a choice coming up, Virgo, over the next couple of weeks, either to handle things in a way that is going to bring a lot of karmic retribution onto you with this Tower card right here, or to do things the right way. But it's really going to test you. It's really going to challenge you. That's the message for Virgo over the next 2 weeks. Be very, very, very wise in this decision, Virgo. Be very wise in this decision. Underneath the deck, we got the Nine of Wands. Be very wise in this decision. You see how in this Nine of Wands, he's like almost tempted? You see that? He's tempted to cross that line. Be very careful, Virgo, over the next couple of weeks. You may be tempted to cross a line that otherwise you wouldn't. And it can really bring on a lot of karma that you have to deal with years down the road. For this to be the only major arcana card that showed up for you, the Tower card, be very careful about this. This is a major, major decision that is dealing with your karma for many years to come over the next couple of weeks. Be careful of that, Virgo. Do what you know is best. Do what you know is best. You may be tempted to be like, you know what? The rest of the world would take the easy way out. You may be tempted, especially because you guys are tired. You're exhausted with this Ten of Wands right here. You guys are, I want to spend so much time with these. I want to, you guys, but I don't. Okay. I need to move on. But yeah, you may be tempted because it's like, man, the world hasn't been fair to me. Why should I be fair in this situation? But Virgo, you already know. You can't get away with things like the rest of the world can, Virgo. You can't. This is not coming. This decision is solely coming to test you, to test your resolve, to test your morality, to test your principles, to test you at a spiritual level. This is a spiritual test coming up for you over the next couple of weeks. Be very careful of it. Libra, let's get your messages, Libra. We've got here the, what is that? The page, yeah, the Page of Pentacles. Let's get one more. We have the Ace of Wands came out in reverse, but there's no such thing as reversals with this deck. And then I just want one more. Yeah, then we got the Hangman, also came out in reverse. Okay, so we've got the Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Hanged Man. So very simply, someone may make you feel very uncomfortable over the next couple of weeks because of what they're offering you. And I feel like this person, they're making an offer to you that they know you don't deserve, or they know that they're trying to cut you short, and you can also sense it, but you don't really want to rock the boat. Libra, rock the damn boat. If somebody is playing games with you, somebody is trying to give you less than what you deserve, rock the boat. Make a scene. Make a scene. We have the Star here underneath. Is this? Yeah, we've got the Star here underneath the deck, as well as the Moon card. This is definitely about you realizing who you are and realizing that you have a lot more say-so in exactly how this plays out and exactly how this turns out, Libra. You just have to assume that authority and assume that control. And that may be very uncomfortable for you because you sort of have to make like a decision. And I know my Libras, you guys are represented by the scales. You like to remain neutral, but this situation over the next couple of weeks, you are not going to be allowed to remain neutral, Libra. So it's really important for you to pick a side, to stand on that side and to say, this is what it's going to be. And if they don't like it and they walk away, it was never meant to be. But you picking a side is actually going to come through and protect you. You being neutral will not protect you. It will not serve you in this situation over the next couple of weeks, Libra. So do the opposite of what feels comfortable for you and pick a side. Let's see. Let's move in here to Scorpio. I think the Chariot wanted to come out for you. Let's see. Scorpio. We've got the, what is that? The Page of Swords? Yeah, we've got the Page of Swords. Where's this the Knight? No, this is the Pages, yeah. Page of Swords came out kind of in reverse, but there's no such thing as reversals with this deck, so it's either the front side or the back side. So we've got the Page of Swords. We have got the Four of Pentacles. It's funny, Four of Pentacles also came out for Taurus, your opposing sign. And I want another one. Oh, two came out. We also have here the Page of Wands and the Six of Cups. Underneath the deck, we have the Fool. Yeah, okay. So that's what I was kind of picking up. So, Scorpio. Yeah. Scorpio, be careful of something or someone that comes to you as innocent. Normally, Scorpio, this would not tempt you. This would not throw you off your game because, Scorpio, you are very good at detecting straight bullshit. But in this scenario, somebody may come through as very innocent. A situation may come through as very innocent. It's going to be important for you, though, to not fall for it. Be very careful about falling for this. Be very careful about this. You're going to need to keep your wits about you, Scorpio. You're going to need to be sharp with this situation. Some sort of situation, a person may come to you over the next couple of weeks and seem to be very trusting, like you can give them your trust, like you can let them in a little bit, but you're actually going to need to be more guarded. With this Four of Pentacles, this Page of Wands, and this Page of Swords, you're going to need to be more guarded, Scorpio. And this Fool card right here is actually saying that, yeah, somebody may sort of come through and try to sell you a dream or say that, hey, like they may sort of try to present themselves as though you need them. But in reality, you'll be fine on your own. And this is going to be a situation or something that you're not too used to. You don't have a lot of experience with, which may be why you're sort of tempted to have this person sort of join you in something, but be careful about thinking that you need anyone else to embark on this journey, whatever this may be with this Fool card right here. This is something that is very new for you. So like I said, it may be tempting because this person seems like they know what they're doing or like they know what they're talking about, but they're not as innocent. They have a motive, and you're going to need to keep your Scorpio wits about you. That the way you can sense what that motive is, because there is some other sort of motive. And I'm not going to say it's a bad motive or a negative one, because I don't know here. We're not doing a reading on them. This is about you. I'm not going to say it's a bad motive. I'm just going to say you guys don't have the same goal in mind. They have a different goal. They have a different projection than what you do. So be very careful about that. Let's see, Sagittarius. Let's check you out, Sagittarius. We've got here the World card came out. Interesting. Then we have the Three of Swords came out. And the Seven of Cups. Underneath the deck, we've got the Ten of Cups. Okay. Okay. Sagittarius, some of you may be wondering if you should walk away, if you should turn your back on someone, because they may have let you down. They may disappoint you over the next couple of weeks. This feels like it could be family, but it might not be your actual blood. This could be like a friend that you've known for a long time. This could be someone that you consider family, or someone that's just, you know, they're kind of close to you. They have close proximity to you in your personal life. You may be wondering if you need to let them go over the next couple of weeks. I cannot make that decision for you. The cards cannot make that decision for you. But as far as it goes with this Three of Swords right here, I think it's very clear as to where you need to focus your energy on. And I would not say that at this point in time you should focus your energy on this person, but rather healing yourself, not necessarily healing this relationship. Someone may come to you and say, hey, let's work on us. Let's work on healing this relationship. When in reality, this is all about you, Sagittarius, over the next couple of weeks. You've got the World card right here. This is all about you and your journey. That's what the World card represents. It represents the journey as a whole, not just the destination. So this is really important, not to focus on, oh, just, you know, getting the relationship back on track, but to focus on you as a being, you as a whole, how you're feeling, how healthy you are. If you know, and especially if this has to do with putting your trust back into someone that broke it before. This is something that you need to heal with first before you even, because you're not in the right frame of mind right now to make that decision on if you can trust them again, if you should give them another shot. So what I'm hearing for you over the next couple of weeks, Sagittarius, is to take your time to heal before you even look towards healing this relationship or healing this other person or healing your connection to another person, especially if they have broken your trust, Sagittarius. Be very, very wary of that. Let's move on here to Capricorn. Okay, so we have here the Four of Wands, the Empress, the Emperor. Wow, the Empress and the Emperor. I forget which other sign that came out for the Empress and the Emperor did. And then we also have here the Hierophant underneath the deck. So wow, we've got 3, 4, and 5 for you, Capricorn. And then we have the Lovers that was underneath. Hold on, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy hell, Capricorn. Get ready for some really crazy developments that you are going to start physically being able to see over the next 2 weeks. A lot of this in part has to do with either your home, your family, or a very serious commitment like a marriage or a contract. But get ready to start seeing developments come from this because you made your mind up recently or over the next couple of weeks. Oh, crap. I'm sorry, Capricorn. My camera stopped recording. I didn't even notice. But over the next couple of weeks, Capricorn, you may be making a decision. You may be making some sort of a commitment, signing a contract, something like that. Or you may have just recently did it. You're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor. You're going to start seeing those developments materialize over the next couple of weeks. You've got 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana. 4 cards of the major arcana, and they are in order, Capricorn. They're all in order. Now, with this Empress right here and this Hierophant, this is the backside of their cards showing. And to me, what that is saying is that the Emperor is facing you. So the Emperor is saying that you need some sort of structure. You need to anchor yourself in something, Capricorn. You need to anchor yourself in something. I don't know if this is a new routine. I don't know if this is like maybe going to bed at a certain time, waking up at a certain time. You need to really solidify yourself in some sort of routine in order to see these developments quickly. But either which way, things are happening, whether you have set them into motion or not. These are very big developments for you, Capricorn. Oh my God, I want to spend way more time with each sign every time. Oh my gosh, hold on, Capricorn. I have to do this just for you because this hasn't happened for any other sign. Let's see if we can see what these developments are. It could have a lot to do with love, Capricorn. This could have a lot to do with love. And if this is love, this is new love. If you're already in a relationship, then this is some big developments happening within your own relationship. This is a couple of cards, so I'm going to keep shuffling. Capricorn, allow these things to happen too. Don't get in the way of them. Let's see if we could, Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, let me get one more. Page of Pentacles is some sort of news. This could also be some sort of a contract coming through, some sort of an opportunity, some sort of a commitment that someone else is offering you. We have the Tower in reverse that came out, and Temperance. Okay, and then we've got the Ten of Cups underneath the deck. This just looks to be, I think this has to do with your family, Capricorn. I think this has to do with the more so emotional sides of your life, the more so emotional fulfillment. But it's funny because I'm also seeing here your ambition. I'm also seeing here maybe like a career, money, job, something like that. But it's like as you sort of get organized one area of your life, emotional fulfillment is going to come through. I don't want to spend too much more time on your pile because I already have spent more time on your sign than anyone else. But very interesting things, Capricorn. I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I'm a Capricorn rising myself, but I'm definitely interested to see what's going to happen there. Let's move on here to Aquarius, our final sign. Aquarius, next couple of weeks. You've got here the King of Pentacles, okay? Then we have the Nine of Swords and the Queen of Cups. All right, and underneath the deck, we have the Page of Cups. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, you may need to exercise some sort of emotional control over the next couple of weeks, which normally I would not have to say to you. Normally I would not have to say that to you, Aquarius, but there definitely may be some sort of emotional control that you have to utilize over the next couple of weeks. And this could be for another person in your life because it kind of doesn't feel like you. It could be you, especially with this Nine of Swords right here. But this almost feels like you may be dealing with another person, especially because we have a king right here and then a queen over here. So this feels like somebody that doesn't have as much emotional like discipline maybe as you, or maybe they're not as emotionally or mentally stable as you are. And because of that, they sort of drag you into a situation where you may be that stabilizing force that they need to keep their shit together over the next couple of weeks. So you may not be able to focus on yourself as much over the next 2 weeks, Aquarius, but it's going to be very important for you to not get too emotionally involved in whatever or whoever is involving you in their stuff. It's going to be really, really important for you to exercise that emotional control, not get too attached, not absorb too much of the energy that they're putting out, and to make sure that you're really sort of shielding yourself against this, because you don't want for this Nine of Swords to be right here between this king and this queen. I don't like it because I'm feeling like it's contagious. So this could be sort of contagious paranoia that jumps from person to person. And this is why it's going to be very important for you, Aquarius, over the next couple of weeks to sort of shield yourself, to kind of keep yourself from taking on their energy, because if not, you could find yourself taking on that energy. And very seriously, on the other side of the deck here, we have the Sun for you, and that very seriously could sort of impact your mood, Aquarius. And so normally this is very easy for you. You could be dealing with some sort of a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, some sort of an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But be very careful, Aquarius, about absorbing too much from them. Definitely shield yourself, okay? And if you have to, don't pick up the phone sometimes. Get your rest, for sure. That the way, just until you feel more like you have more energy that you can actually invest in them, okay? So this is it for all the signs. I hope I got all the signs, but this is it for all the signs. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to bring back those 3 piles. We'll get started with your meditation. That the way you guys can get another message as to what you can expect over the next couple of weeks, okay? On pile 1, we have the Septarian egg. On pile 2, thanks to you guys, I know what this crystal is. It's a red jasper, I believe, and this is what we have for pile 2. And on pile 3, we have an oldie but goodie, an amethyst cluster. Right, pile number 1, you guys chose the Septarian cluster if you used your clairvoyant abilities. I feel like there's something very important here coming together for you guys already. Just looking at, there's something about the cracks that I was looking at as I was presenting this stone for pile 1. So I feel like over the next couple of weeks already, a message that's coming through is pieces getting sewn back together almost. I don't know. I feel like you guys are definitely overcoming something that may have broken you down before is really starting to come together for you, or you guys are starting to see something come together. So let's check out you guys' tarot cards. We have here the very first one, the Ace of Swords. 12 for you may be a significant number over the next couple of weeks as well, pile 1. Then we have here the Sun. Look at this. Yeah, okay. Then we have two of Wands. Yeah, okay. That's why I was picking that up for you. And then we have the Fool. I knew it. Okay. Pile 1, there is a setup happening for you over the next 2 weeks. Very subliminal. This is a sneaky play by the universe. Pile 1, I don't want to send you out into the world like a nut job, looking at every sign, looking for every sign and analyzing every little thing. But there's some intricate workings happening with you over the next couple of weeks. You may meet someone very randomly, for example, and this ends up becoming your business partner in the future, or they end up becoming a really good friend or a relationship, or you simply end up seeing them again down the road. They may give you some advice about something that you have never experienced before, and randomly over the next couple of weeks, you have their same exact experience that they were talking to you about. I'm shocked that we didn't also get the Moon card for you here, but we do have the Sun card, which comes directly after it, and the Sun is saying that these won't be subtle hints at what's to come, but these will be blatant signs, audacious signs. You won't be able to miss the signs with this Ace of Swords right here, with the Sun card and the Two of Wands. And this will set you off on a different course with the Fool card. Yeah, let me just pull a clarifier with the Fool card. Let's just see if we can kind of narrow down what is this Fool card talking about? Let's see, what is this Fool card talking about? Six of Wands, big success coming in for you guys, a victory. This was something I'm picking up that you guys thought you couldn't do, and you end up surprising yourself. You weren't even thinking that, you're trying to remain positive, you're trying to remain hopeful, but you don't want to get your hopes up, and it's like you don't get your hopes up. You end up being successful at it. What are these? We got the Chariot, Five of Swords, and the Two of Swords. You end up overcoming indecision as well. You end up overcoming stagnancy. You end up overcoming your own pitfalls. You end up overcoming yourself as well. This Two of Swords and this Five of Swords and this Chariot card right here is saying that you had all the power all along. And this was something here that you really didn't. We got the Pentacles underneath the deck, Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There's something here just like, it's very, very, like I said, you weren't really too sure yourself. You weren't really sure how this was going to work out, and it ends up working out beautifully. It ends up working out beautifully, pile one. And this is something that shocks you for sure. But there is a lot within yourself. There was a lot of doubt that you are overcoming over the next 2 weeks for sure. And this is amazing because this is what's going to get the ball rolling for you. We have all of your cards here are upright except for what is underneath the deck. So underneath the deck, I'm kind of looking at as hidden energy for you. And this hidden energy is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So for sure, pile one, I didn't feel like this full card was done speaking, and it wasn't. And as well as two, it's 444 right now. And oh shit, didn't I tell you that 12 may be a significant number for you over the next couple of weeks? Just looked at my clock for you, or I just looked at my clock and it's 444, 4, 8, 12. That equals 12. Okay, so you guys may also be saying 444 a lot over the next couple of weeks, or over the last couple of weeks. You may have been seeing it a lot, but you have fate transpiring over your life in the next 2 weeks. Another thing with this Ace of Swords and the Sun, I feel like you are onto a whole new emotional palette. Your energy feels different from what it was in January and especially February. It feels like you are on a frequency that's graceful, that's happy, and is feeling good about where things are going. You are finally overcoming these doubts. You might not have many visible reasons to get excited about the future just yet, but you may notice a strange optimism or glow coming from you. Other people may comment on how you seem to be glowing from the inside out. You'll have a very infectious energy around you, and you're going to feel very in alignment with the universe and your highest good. And like I said, this optimism may sort of come out of nowhere, but this is just you overcoming your doubts and realizing, like, you know what? I do believe in myself because I can actually get this done. I can do this. Let's see. Let's get a couple more cards for you guys. Just some additional messages. We have here eucalyptus. The card here says reset, trigger statement, I am sick, true statement, I am alive. It is time to embrace a new way of being, one filled with health and the freedom to create a new reality. That's exactly what you guys are doing. It's like you're taking on this freedom, you're taking on this awareness that it's like, no, I can create a new reality. I can make this happen, especially with this Fool card right here. And then we have Neroli unity. Trigger statement, I am unstable, true statement, I am aware. And it says you are strengthening the connection between your energetic and physical bodies to help you manifest your goals. And underneath the deck here we have repellent, shielded. Trigger statement, I am under attack. True statement, I am strong. You will clearly see what you are taking on from outside influences and release. Your energetic boundaries are fortified. Okay, so that may be why you guys are overcoming these doubts, because you guys have been protected and shielding yourself from yourself. Like I said, this was like a thing going on within you, and you finally overcome it. Let me also get a couple of relationship cards for you guys. All right, pile one. Let's see what my singles can expect over the next 2 weeks. We have here forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So a lot of this just has to come with making peace with your past, pile one, for my singles. You're just making a peace with a lot of doubts that never came from you. Like it says in this eucalyptus card. No, wait. This repellent card right here. You will clearly see what you are taking on from outside influences and release. So I think you guys are making a lot of peace with the past for my singles. Let's see for those of you in a relationship. Love yourself first. Kind of the same message for my singles and those in a relationship. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I just feel like this has to do with you guys making peace with something that was really weighing on you before, and it may have been keeping you from embracing love. It may have been keeping you in this state of like this perpetual state of like having your walls up and not even being able to receive. So I feel like you guys getting over these doubts is going to open up the doors for you to actually be able to receive love, abundance, security, protection, all of these good things. And then underneath the deck here we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Yeah, especially as you guys start to clear these things out. The final card that we have here for you from Mama Kalima is Troma Nagmo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Forgive me if I'm not, but I'm going to be reading the definition for this card out of the book. Wow, you guys, I went to go get the book and this card popped up as well. I feel like it might have a message for you, so I'm also going to be reading that card for you guys too. I just felt like it had a message for you in it. Okay. So what this card here says for my pile ones is it says the message from Kali Ma to my pile ones is she arises instinctively, responding to a severe threat to your well-being, freedom, and sacred fulfillment. Her fierce form causes the impure to tremble and the pure of heart to move close. She is ferocious in her wrath against injustice. Dispense with thoughts of vengeance. Pray for mercy for all beings, especially those trapped in patterns of consciousness harmful toward themselves and others. Open your heart to her heart and allow her to attend to all matters of karma while you remain true to your higher self. Interesting. Very, very interesting, pile one. You guys may be dealing with somebody that's that's getting their justice as well over the next couple of weeks. Like I said, you guys are overcoming doubts. And these doubts were never placed on you because of you. They were placed there by somebody else, like it says in that repellent card right there. Okay, and then what this card says for you guys that I just felt like was also for you guys is it says here, her unerring instinct for spiritual protection arises spontaneously, even when we do not realize we need it. Sometimes we don't realize just how far we've become entangled in that which is not good for us. We do not realize we need Kali's powerful intervention. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Yes, holding the space for an inner or outer conflict to be resolved involves discipline. Chamunda is the fearless wisdom, patience, and discipline needed to conquer a difficult situation. She is with you now. Pile one, Kali Ma is with you now, and she's helping you through anything that may be threatening your peace, that may be threatening your confidence, that may be threatening your self-esteem, anything that's threatening any of those things over the next couple of weeks. Like this card over here said, pray for their mercy. Pray for them because they're in for it. This is all that I'm seeing though, pile one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Okay, pile two, you guys picked this red jasper, I think this is. And what I'm picking up from this stone here is a couple of things. One is your root and your solar plexus chakra, I kind of feel like. Could be your sacral chakra. That is really, it could just be all your lower chakras really coming in and maybe trying to interact with you over the next couple of weeks, trying to get your attention over the next couple of weeks. So maybe work with those lower chakras if you can. But another thing as well that I'm picking up from this is like mixing oil and water. So I don't know if there's somebody in your life where it's like you guys just feel so different, and every time you guys mix together, have a conversation, come together, hang out or something like that, it's always maybe the energy feels a little bit weird. Maybe it's like this competitive sort of energy. Maybe it's like always debates, or could even be arguments or fights, something like that. But it's like oil and water, and it's not supposed to be that way. So it could be family, it could even be a friend. Sometimes we have those weird relationships with friends where they feel strangely competitive, so yeah, it's something here feels weird about this stone for me. And I feel like maybe it's your lower chakras coming through and saying, ground yourself a little bit more, kind of root yourself a little bit more. That the way this person can't really get under your skin too much or trigger you too much, okay? Let's check out your tarot cards, pile two. So we have here the Fool. Oh, we got the Fool again. We got the Fool in a different pile too. And then we have here the Hanged Man. So you guys may have chosen another pile as well. I'm not going to say which one. And then we have here Nine of Cups in reverse. Final tarot card is the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. Can't remember if that was in the other deck. I pulled so many cards today. Okay, so pile two, the Fool, the Hanged Man, Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's funny to me too how the Hanged Man always looks like a card that is upside down, even though he is right side up. And I guess they did that on purpose because that is sort of like the essence of the card. But this is interesting because I've never had this happen in a reading, but you literally have a couple of the same cards as another pile, but they're in reverse, and your energy feels opposite of that pile as well. So over the next 2 weeks, pile two, like I said, you may have chosen that other pile as well, but over the next 2 weeks, pile two, you may lose hope or faith in or ambition, desire for something that you used to be so excited about. I see some of you get what you want in the next couple of weeks, but it's not what you thought. Or you get what you want, but it doesn't solve as many problems as you hoped it would. It's like a easily forgettable climax. And if you do remember it, it's only because of how much of a letdown it was. And I see you guys going on a different direction, because this is the thing. My pile twos needed to know what it was like to get here. That way you could focus on something better. But I see you making some alterations here, setting some new goals, because this wasn't as big or grand or life-changing as you thought it would be. This could be someone you used to really want, for example, and all of a sudden one day they start showing you all of the attention that you used to want from them, but now you're in a different place, and so your needs have changed, your wants have changed. You don't even feel the same way about this person anymore. You're not even really attracted to them like that anymore. And okay, so this is what's happening, pile two, or could be happening. Something or someone is coming into your life that you forgot about. Maybe you wanted them before real badly, like maybe you prayed about it, set intentions for it a long time ago, but something comes in and you're like, I don't even want you anymore, with this Nine of Cups in reverse. And with this Ace of Swords in reverse right here, it's almost like I can see you like giving it back. It's almost like you're trying to give this gift back, because you're like, I don't want this anymore, like you took too long. If it almost feels like you took too long. And now I've come to this place where I am completely transformed. I'm completely different. What comes after the Hangman is the Death card. There was a huge transformation that you went through, because back then when you wanted this thing very badly, you thought that it was going to give you some sort of relief. You thought it was going to help in some way with this Hangman right here, with this Fool and this Hangman card. You were really hopeful for something, because you were like, it would really help if I had this. Now that you have it, you're looking in a different direction, or you're looking for more. And you're just like, you're too late. I needed you back then. I need something completely different now. You're off this train now. So yeah, I see you trying to give this gift back, or like regift it or something. It's weird. It's like I don't even know what I ever saw in you before with this Ace of Swords in reverse. Something or someone that you used to look up to cannot match you anymore. You are at a place where you don't revolve around them like you used to. Your eyes are somewhere else. And you know how in the Lover's card, the man is looking at the woman and the woman is looking at the angel? This is what I see. Someone looking at you, but you're not looking at them. They don't have the same pull over you anymore. And you used to want them so badly. Let me just see if we can get any sort of clarifiers as to what this could be. Used to want this or them so badly, or used to want this for yourself very badly. We've got the Queen of Cups. Look, you're emotionally set. You're good. You're like, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. I got through this Hangman moment. I do not need you anymore the way that I thought I did. Oops. And then we have, look at what popped out. I was just talking about the Lover's card. And the Lover's card comes out in reverse. For some of you guys, this is a person that comes through and they realize, like, you know what? I do want you. Hey, big head, and you're just like, miss me with that bullshit. Like, I used to want you. Look. And then we had this flip over inside the deck too. Three of Pentacles in reverse. You don't need them anymore. You figured it out. Queen of Swords. Yeah. You don't need them anymore. Three of Pentacles. I used to need you. I was looking for you. You didn't show up. Now I'm sitting on my own and in my own throne with this Queen of Swords and this Queen of Cups right here. It's like now I'm sitting on my own throne, and both of these are upright. Look at how the ones with the two people in it, the Lovers right here and the Three of Pentacles, those are in reverse, and underneath the Queen of Cups was the Two of Cups. Some of you, for sure, this is a relationship or this is a person that comes to their senses and is like, damn, I should have never played with your time like that. I should have never wasted your time. I want this. And now that they're sure that they want you, you're like, well, I don't want you, because now I realize my value. Now I realize who and what I am and what I'm capable of. And I realize that without you being in my life. So what do I need you for? You guys are my people. You guys may have a lot of earth energy in your chart, or maybe air energy in your chart, but you guys are my people for sure, that are like, you kind of compartmentalize people a little bit, sort of like me. I compartmentalize people, and it's like, if I accept you into my life as a friend and you stop fulfilling that role as a friend, what do I need you for? If I invite you into my life as a partner, as a lover, and you stop being that, or you cross some sort of line, what do I need you for? I'm gonna need you to move your ass on up out the way so that the way I can substitute somebody in that space that can be who they presented themselves to me as. So this is like somebody that maybe was a friend or your partner or something, and they didn't show up for you in the way that you thought they would, you know? And it's like, now that you're good, you're like, I don't need you. I don't need you. Let's see. Let's get some other messages, pile 2. Over the next 2 weeks, you guys are going to be able to really visibly see your strength and how much you guys have gotten through. Look at what we have. We've got soften, women, the card women's, and we have 2 queens here. So that's interesting. And it says trigger statement, I take control. True statement, I'm compassionate. Take a moment and allow yourself to see things from your heart center. From that place, allow your intuition to guide you. And then we have here Cassia, the card of confidence. Trigger statement, I can't do that. True statement, I'm light. Step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. Yeah, you guys went through something that... And then we have here the card tension, the card of release. Trigger statement, I have nothing left. True statement, I nurture myself. Dear one, it is time to settle. It is time to settle. Create a sacred space where you can be in that place of rest. Healing will unfold. And then underneath the deck here we have I don't know how to say that. It's the card of evolution though. Trigger statement, things will never change. True statement, I attract only what is for my highest good. The imbalances in relationships that have been keeping you down are no longer needed. What did I tell you guys? You are ready to transform. You don't need them anymore. You do not need these people anymore. And now that you realize that, they're in trouble. They're in trouble now. Okay, let's get a couple of romance cards. Let's get one for my singles and one for my pile 2s in a relationship. So let's get first card for my pile 2s that are single. Next 2 weeks, we have here children. Your love life is being affected by children. I feel like this is just somebody that's maybe a little bit... They're not as mature as you thought they were. You're just seeing somebody differently. You're just seeing someone differently. Let me get one more for my singles. We have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So you guys, yeah, my pile 2 singles, there may be somebody that's just a little bit immature and they need to mature, and they may be worth waiting for them to learn certain lessons, for them to mature emotionally, consciously, mentally, physically, something like that. You know, they may be worth waiting for, but ultimately I just feel like that's your decision. Where it says here with the worth waiting for right here, divine timing is at work in your love life though for my pile 2 singles. So don't be worried about, and I don't feel like you guys are worried about love right now. I don't feel like you guys are. If you are though, don't worry. Divine timing is working it all out for you. Let's get pile 2 for those of you in a relationship next 2 weeks. Okay, and we have here passion, and this could be the one. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And then we have you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Well, yeah, you're in a relationship with them, so I would hope so. But yeah, for sure, it looks like you guys may be embarking on more passion or trying to invite more passion into your love life over the next couple of weeks. I told you guys Pisces season is just romantic as hell, so you guys may be having more intimacy, more physical moments together. You guys may be just there's like different ways to make love to your partner. You know, it's not always just about the physical. There's ways that you can make love to your partner on an emotional level, a mental level, a soul level, you know. And so I feel like you guys are really connecting in every other space beyond just your physical bodies, and that is going to create more of a physical sensation and pleasure between the two of you over the next couple of weeks with this passion card right here. And this could be the one. You guys, for sure, you probably already know that, but if you were wondering, this definitely could be the one for my pile 2s in a relationship. Underneath the deck here we have it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So you guys do have some love on the way, pile 2s. If you're wondering where it's at, what's going on, when is it coming, you know, you guys definitely have some love on the way. Let's see, the final card that we have for my pile 2s is a message from Kali Ma, and it says Mahakali. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Forgive me if I'm not. I hate mispronouncing them. But yeah, I'm just going to be reading the message for this card out of the book. I just love this. I love this picture. I can't stop looking at it. I can't stop looking at this picture. Okay, let me get the book. All right, pile 2. So what this card here says for you guys is it says, her magnificence studies the anxious mind and resurfaces the heart, or reassures the heart of the empowering grace that arises through trust in her. Attempting to fathom the wisdom behind the workings of the Divine Mother would be like trying to cram the entire ocean into a teacup. Such wisdom is vast, and our perspective is limited, yet we don't need to understand divine will to benefit from it. Better to allow her creativity, resourcefulness, and unlimited vision to take effect in our lives, bringing us every grace necessary for our blessed fulfillment. So I feel like over the next couple of weeks, pile 2, for those of you that are creators that come up with these, maybe you have to come up with these concepts or content or anything like that. Kali Ma's working very closely with my pile 2s, and she's bringing you guys a lot of ideas as well. And so that may be another reason why you guys are focused in a different direction, because you're going to have this different energy really working closely with you. For my pile 2s that are creatives, okay, you're going to have this Kali Ma energy working very closely with you when you are creating these projects and ideas and trying to materialize these ideas, bring them into form. If you don't really know too much about Kali Ma's energy, definitely do some research on her, because I feel like with pile 2, she's like literally around you right now, especially over the next couple of weeks. Sorry, you guys, I just had a phone call come in. But yeah, so sometimes deities, they will kind of pick and choose people to work with at certain times of their life, depending on what's going on in your own personal life. But I feel like Kali Ma is sort of single-handedly pointed you guys out, and is like her energy is working very closely with you, and she's pouring a lot of her energy into you guys, especially too, I'm noticing with the skull right here and these swords and this and all of that. It's like she's ready to chop heads, slice necks, anybody. And this is why you guys are going to be in this energy. This is another message coming through. This is exactly why you guys are going to be in this energy, because it's like, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. As you can see, you see these swords that she's holding? She's good on her own. She doesn't need what she needs anymore, what she thought she needed anymore. So this may be another reason why you guys are in this sort of energy over the next couple of weeks, this Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups energy, where it's like, I'm good, I'm straight, don't need you. Okay, but this is all I'm seeing for my pile 2s. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. Until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So you guys chose this amethyst right here. And one thing that I am picking up, pile 3, for you with this amethyst, is just a lot of crown chakra interaction for you over the next couple of weeks, but as well as too, just like a lot of different things coming through to you guys. And it may be very overwhelming trying to decipher every single message that's coming through from your higher self, from your ancestors, your angels, your guides, your spiritual team. It may be kind of overwhelming trying to interpret everything it is that they're saying. So I would definitely say with this amethyst right here, to not try and decipher everything. If there's any sort of messages that come through, any sort of dreams that you have, any sort of signs, synchronicities that you see or receive that you don't necessarily understand, you don't have to watch a million tarot readings or pick a cards or anything like that. You guys, the answers are going to come to you. But I feel like for my pile 3s over the next couple of weeks, your spiritual team is trickling this information to you that they know that you don't understand just yet, but you will understand it in due time. So it's really important not to try and rush it over the next couple of weeks. It's just what I'm picking up from this amethyst for you guys. Okay, so let's look into, keep that over here. So let's look into you guys' tarot cards. The very first one that we have here is the Star. Next card that we have is the Hierophant. Oh yeah. You guys are definitely going to have a lot of communication between yourself and your spiritual team over the next couple weeks. And we have here the Six of Pentacles. Yep. The Three of Wands. Wow. Okay. And the Five of Swords in reverse. First message that I want to say to my pile 3s, watch out for sleep paralysis. If this is something that you've dealt with before, you may have never dealt with it before, but it may be something that you experience, or you may notice as you are meditating over the next couple of weeks that you have some strange experiences that you've never had before. And this is pretty normal. This is not something that is it's not that something is going wrong or anything like that. It's just that you may have more intense experiences than normal, or your sleep paralysis you may notice come back, or you may feel almost like your body is paralyzed as you're meditating. You may go into very way deeper meditations over the next couple of weeks. But pile 3, some of you guys have been begging someone to move on or to move forward, is what I'm picking up from your tarot cards here now. You've been wanting to move on or move forward. You are sick of talking about something over and over again, and you're ready to get back to you and your priorities and to laughing and living, but there's someone around you, could be you as well, that's holding on to some sort of past situation, and you are ready to bury it. I'm picking up Aquarius and Leo energy a lot, Libra energy, picking up Virgo, Taurus energy, maybe even Sagittarius. Could as well have a little bit of Pisces energy here. But yeah, so it's like there's someone around you that could be holding on to some sort of a past situation, and you're just ready to bury it in the dirt. You're ready to move on. And I just feel like for a majority of you, it's someone around you that every time they get around you, they bring this stuff up. Meanwhile, you're trying to be graceful with this Hierophant card right here, and you're trying to pick up the pieces with the Star card right here, and you were trying to be the mediator with the Six of Pentacles, because you want everyone to move forward with the Three of Wands. You see the story playing out here? It's very clearly playing out in your cards right here, but someone will not let it go with this Five of Swords in reverse. And so you're contemplating letting them go because they won't let the situation go. So this could also be someone that's at a different stage of life than you are. Maybe they still want to go out and turn up and party for example, and you're trying to focus on business. Maybe this is someone that calls you to talk shit when you're trying to work on staying focused on your goals. Maybe you're working on your mental health and you don't want to get sucked back into certain drama. This could be a family member that is stuck in those old ways and doesn't want to evolve, even though you see things differently or are very different from them. Intuitively, what I'm picking up is a male figure, maybe in your family. It could be your father or the father of your children, maybe a boyfriend, a husband, something like that. Some sort of masculine in your life, but there's someone around you that's very committed to their stance and holding on to some sort of a grudge with this Five of Swords. This could be a feud between two family members as well. And you recognize this for what it is, which is an ego war. And you are trying to transcend that level of thinking with the Star and the Hierophant. You see very clearly that what this person is upset about is their ego being challenged. It's an ego war, essentially. And it's like, you're trying to overcome that level of thinking, especially when you know that this person knows that they are wrong as hell with this Five of Swords in reverse. If it was upright, they would truly think that they are right. But this person knows that they have said or done something that they shouldn't have, but they're passing off this issue on, well, I wouldn't have done this if they wouldn't have done that. This person cannot take accountability, and they can't take responsibility for their actions either. And some of you, because of that, are willing to distance yourself from this person all around because you are caught in the middle. In the next couple of weeks, pile 3, I see you piecing yourself the fuck out of this situation if people cannot lower their egos, because what they don't understand is this is affecting everyone around them. And that's the selfishness that you cannot get over. I see some of you being willing to make that decision, especially with the Two of Wands. That was underneath the deck for you, because where's it at? Yeah, here's your deck right here. I used a different deck for every pile today, and yours underneath the deck had the Two of Wands in reverse. So it's like you're not going to it's like what you're saying is like you're not going to stress me out because your ego cannot be wrong or challenged. That's what I hear you saying. It's like you're dealing with someone who has a fragile identity or a fragile ego, pile 3, and you are at your wits' end dealing with them. You just want to genuinely laugh, even if it's alone. Because at this point for you, it's like, it's better for me to be alone than around this shit. You're cutting stress out over the next 2 weeks and maybe even issuing a couple of ultimatums, but ultimately you're really putting you first, because for the most part, you're not even that bothered by the situation, but more so by this person's antics. But more so, you're more so bothered by their selfishness, by the fact that they refuse to acknowledge that everyone around them is affected by this. This could also be the parent. This could also be like the mother or the father of your child. And it's like, because you guys are arguing, No, I'm sorry. You could be a grandparent or something, or you could be like maybe the aunt of someone, and it's like parents are arguing. Maybe there's two people in a co-parenting situation and you're related to one of them and they're arguing, and because of that they need other people to do the drop-offs with the kids, or they need someone else to pick the kids up. It's like everyone has to like sort of work around them because they're arguing about something stupid, or and it might not be stupid, but it's just like, can we get over this because you're affecting me now, you know? And so it's like you probably wouldn't have very much to say about their arguing, but it's like the fact that it's affecting you, you're just like, listen, I'm ready to leave the both of y'all alone. You're just really over this person's antics. For some of you, for some of my pile threes, there's one particular person that has always been like this, and they usually never say that they're wrong. They usually don't. And I see some of you guys being like, I'm so sick of this. I'm so tired of it. Let's see. Let's get a couple of other additional messages for my pile threes for the next couple of weeks. All right, so we have here the card Invigorating, card of bliss, trigger statement. Why am I here? True statement. I make a difference. You will have the motivation you need to express your light. Know that what you do today makes the world a better place. Yeah, that's how you're trying to deal with the situation. You're trying to make things better. That's your focus. Then we have here the card Pentagram, that I think, and it's the card Independence. Like I said, some of y'all are ready to peace out. Trigger statement. I am just like my mother or father. True statement. I am free to choose. Okay, yeah. So that's what I was picking up. So there may be some sort of a issue between two parents arguing that are co-parenting, and they've dragged the rest of the family and their friends and stuff into this because they can't even be around each other. And it says, true statement, I am free to choose. You're ready to break free of the conditioning that has bound you so that you may continue your journey of healing and growth. Yeah, like I said, some of you guys have been dealing with this for a long time. Underneath the deck here, we have Siberian Fur, I think, the card Acceptance. Trigger statement, we must remember. True statement, I am free of the habits that do not serve me. Lay down the armor passed down to you from your family. See, family keeps coming up. Like I was telling you guys, release habits that are not serving you and forgive on behalf of generations past. So some of you guys just may be dealing with people that you're related to, family just acting a damn fool. Something like that. Okay, so let's get some relationship cards. I'll get one for my pile three singles, another one for my pile threes that are in a relationship. So let's check out the singles first. Next 2 weeks, pile three, we have the card Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And underneath the deck, we have it as safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I don't know why, and I feel like this is I don't know why this is coming through. But what I feel like is for my pile three singles, how do I say this? Some of you guys may have been celibate for a while, and you may notice that maybe you possibly meet somebody over the next couple of weeks, or maybe you have met somebody recently and you guys have been talking a lot, really hitting it off. But you notice that when it comes to that physical intimacy, that you sort of stop yourself. I feel like my pile twos may be challenged in that way over the next couple of weeks, learning how to sort of open up physically, maybe being more physically intimate, something like that. It may bother you to kiss this person, hold their hands, or even, like have sex. That may be something sort of, it may be a very big deal for you, especially if it's been a long time. I'll just say it like that in case you guys are underage. Let's see, pile three for those of you in a relationship. We have here, let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, and underneath the deck, we have here attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. You guys, for real, like we were talking about already in your pile today, this is all about you walking the hell away from this person. If they want to be stubborn, you don't have to argue with them. Let go of the control issues. Let go of trying to make them see their wrongs, which we already talked about. I know you guys are like already aware of the fact that I can't change this person, so I'm just about to walk away. But even when it comes to your romantic life, what I'm picking up here is you guys just not being too bothered by your partner. Some of you in a relationship over the next couple of weeks, your partner may sort of trigger you a little bit in a couple of ways. Especially, and underneath the I think it was the attraction card, we have the worth waiting for. There may be something where your partner is taking too long to do something. Maybe they're not doing something in the way that you would like for them to do it. But that's a part of the control issues that you have to sort of loosen your grip up on over the next couple of weeks. So you'll definitely be challenged with that, pile 3. You'll be challenged of sort of letting go of these these kind of control issues, things needing to get done in your way and you being triggered by them. I just see you, pile 3s, in a relationship not being as triggered by them and just kind of being like, you know what, this is how they do things. Maybe they leave the toilet seat up. I'm not going to make a big fuss out of it over the next couple of weeks. I just feel like you guys need to reserve your energy, because I don't feel like for some of you, it could be your partner that you're having to sort of kind of put your foot down with. But for most of you, it feels like family. And so you guys really don't have the energy to be getting triggered at your partner right now, especially if it's over small little petty things that you can kind of overlook. But because of what you may be going through in other parts of your life, you may be more easily triggered by your partner. And so what I'm just seeing here is just sort of like, let it go, let it roll off your back if you can. If it's not that big of a deal, let it roll off your back. Final card that we have for our pile 3s, Shri Bala. So I'm going to read the reading the definition for this card out of the book. Give me a second. All right, and so it says with this card right here, this also looks to be a child on the front of this card. So like I was talking about, like what I was kind of picking up, some of you just may be dealing with a stubborn family member and kids are somehow involved. I don't know why, but kids may be in the middle of the situation. I just keep getting the message of family, family, family here. So yeah, what it says about this card in the book though, divine child with wisdom beyond her years, the old soul with deep knowing dwells within our hearts. She urges you to commit to your most passionate inspirations, completely and without hesitation. There are genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you recognize. Believe in yourself even if no one else does. It is not imagination that drives you towards your destiny, but an instinctive recognition of your true purpose. Validation from others will come later. Your path is authentic and you are destined to succeed. So that is the message to my pile 3s from Kali Ma. Yeah, like I said, you guys are going to have a lot of communication coming in. As it said with the Shri Bala card here, as it said that, you can instinctively recognize your true purpose. And that's a lot of what the star talks about, and the Hierophant as well. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of cosmic sort of interference, a lot of cosmic messages coming through that you may not completely understand just yet. And that's fine, because it will make sense in due time. And like it said in that card, you can instinctively recognize your true purpose, your north node, where you're supposed to be headed, what you're supposed to be doing, and just follow that. And it could be alluding to the situation over the next couple of weeks, maybe where you need to distance yourself a little bit because this person is being a little bit too stubborn, and you need to focus your energy in other places on your purpose. Could be one area for you. And so this is all that I'm seeing from my pile 3s. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys.